Yo, yo, yo.
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 What's going on, fellas?
What up, what up, what up?
Living the dream, man.
What's on feet right now?
Socks.
I'm
That's pretty solid.
rocking the barefoot. Rocking the barefoot at home look.
Right only. You know what it is?
Okay, Crocs.
That's terrible.
Comfy teens.
All right, I'm still searching for pictures of a couple of mine, but Aaron, do you want to tell everybody why we're here tonight and what we're doing?
Yo, so first and foremost, welcome everyone who's watching. We'll let everyone kind of come in and but anyways, we're here tonight because we are gonna just, we've had such a good response to our other lives. Last week we did our top 5 Jordans, and that got a good amount of participation. So we're like, yo, why not let's just kick it. Let's talk sneakers more often. And so tonight we're going to just talk about our top 5 SBs. Believe it or not, this was hard, man. This was probably way harder than the top 5 Jordans for sure. I don't know. Was it that way for you guys?
Yeah, I think so for all of us. For us in particular.
I just feel like there's so many Nike SBs. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Jordans, but a lot of stuff has been retroed. So, but with Nike SBs, I mean, there's just so many good ones. So,
yo, there's something about SBs, man, and like not only their rarity, but like just the collaborations that they did with them, and there's just so many classic. I feel like, there's not too many SBs that I don't consider like classic, or like I almost feel like with Jordans, more often than not, I'm kind of like, but Nike SB, I'm just like, all right, that one's cool,
Yeah. For sure.
It's tough. So many to choose from. There are lows, mids, and highs. And I mean, technically there are some that aren't even dunks, but I think each of us here tonight probably have in our top 5 just dunks. But maybe you don't. I don't know. Who am I to say? Maybe your top 5 isn't just dunks. Maybe it's Blazers. Maybe it's trainers. Maybe it's Janoskis, whatever. There's a ton of SBs to choose from aside from dunks. But
I almost had a P-Rod come on the list.
Word?
Yeah, almost. But it was just too difficult. It was tough.
Yeah, I don't know how just so you guys know the rules for everyone's watching, we're going to talk about our top 5, but each of us was allowed up to 3 honorable mentions. And so I'm pretty sure we're all going to use our 3 honorable mentions, or I don't know, get close to it.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Easily.
All right, yo. So we haven't decided who's going to go first or how we want to do this. So any volunteers to go first?
Not it.
Nose goes.
Oh, that was Ryan.
No, it wasn't.
I feel like Carlos got it before.
1, 2, 3, nose goes.
That's definitely
Carlos.
Hey, I have one more picture to put on my computer, and then I have to put them in order. So if you guys don't mind waiting, I can do that, or if somebody else wants to go.
I mean, it's only right. You went last round, so
I have to go first this time?
Yeah, those are the rules, bro.
What's up, Jesse?
Jesse in the house. Why don't we ask Jesse his top 5 real quick while I'm looking for this picture? I'll find it here in a second.
Go ahead and put it in the comments. For us, it was super difficult. You probably got yours down, but I don't know. I don't think about this stuff that often, Like, I don't think about what my top shoes are.
Yeah, it's kind of
I have my favorites, you know. I have my go-tos or whatever, but I've never ranked them. I've never put them in a
I have my favorite shoes for like each moment, you know, like it varies every other day. It changes. So
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't going to be able to pick 5.
Yeah, seriously. I think like we were just saying, like this top 5 is our top 5 at the moment. It could be different tomorrow. Could have been different yesterday. It's just it's difficult, especially with Nike SBs, because there's so many. And not like Carlos said, it's not just dunks, P-Rods, Janowskis, green trays, you know, classic.
I forgot about the trays. Man, there's some really great shoes.
I feel like what Carlos just did, there's gonna be a ton of that during this live. Like, yo, I forgot about those, or man, how did I forget to mention those?
Dude, I was sitting there and literally just listing off everything in my notes.
That's what I
had a list of
wrote down a huge list, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah. That was the toughest thing, was to like narrow down that list and just start.
Dog walkers.
I didn't put a list together. I didn't put a list. I just started thinking, and so I'm sure, 100% sure, that I have forgotten some.
You're gonna miss something, yeah, for sure.
So I've started sharing mine, and we'll start with my 3 honorable mentions.
All right, let's get into it.
Go for it. So this is my first honorable mention. If we could bring everybody's faces up on the side of the screen, that'd be great. I feel like I'm talking at a shoe if you guys aren't there. But this is my first one. The uncles, the dunkles, whatever you want to call them. Won't spend too much time on them. I think that's just a beautiful dunk. I love the accents. I love the colors, the design. Just, I don't know, hard to beat, but that's technically number 8. If I had to throw in a number 8, another had to have made my honorable mentions.
Yeah,
you're sitting behind me here. I don't think they made it into my top 5. They were close. They were very close. One of my all-time favorites, but Quagmire SBs. If you don't know about them, go back and watch a past episode. We've talked about them several times, but Quagmire SB highs, beautiful shoe. Okay. This one is also very, very special to me. It was on the fence between getting into my top 5 and not.
I'm kind of surprised it's not in your top 5, bro, to be honest. Like, I thought this would be up there.
Yeah, it is up there. And for anybody that knows me well, knows why. But this shoe, I got this shoe originally in like 2007, 2008, but I had it for many years and I kept it. And Brian and Aaron know that, like, before you went on your mission for the church, you sold a bunch of sneakers. And this one didn't get sold. I kept this one and ended up wearing it on my first date with my wife. And obviously I was a hit, and these shoes were a hit because now, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They were great, but awesome shoe. I don't have it anymore. I wish I did, but that's number 6. So here's my top 5. Number 5. Nike SB Dunk Low Mosquitoes. Also, aside from the uncles, I've had or have every pair on my list. And that's how I try to narrow it down, because it is like endless options to choose from. So I try to just keep it real to myself. If I really liked them, I've most likely had them or have them now. So I had these in high school, and I love them for many reasons. The colors are great. The dark green suede is kind of an underrated feature on here, but then the midsole, I think you guys have gotten the idea by now. Those speckles or splattered paint look, whatever, on a midsole or an air bubble, I really, really like that touch. So super nice. And then the insoles on these have mosquitoes on them. I don't have a picture of that right now, but really dope shoe. So that's number 5. Numero 4. Numero cuatro. Spanish is on point. We're looking at the tie-dye mid SB Dunk. A mid made my top 5. I don't know if that happened to you guys, but it did for me. No love. like Ryan said
No,
earlier,
I love a lot of mids, but
the mids don't get love. The middle child always gets looked over. So I know Jesse will appreciate these. These are probably in Jesse's top 5 as well, but I can't. I mean, this shoe is fantastic, and it's even better in person. The tie-dye that's on the back of that heel, it just pops like crazy. And I wouldn't wear these without the tie-dye laces that come with them. Just that's how I am. The more colors I can have on a shoe, the better. So the tie-dye laces look really nice on these. What number was that? 4?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 3. We got to keep it OG. We got to keep it. We got to keep it in the 702. Nike SB Dunk. Be true to your school pack. I think this was 2005, 2006, but the UNLVs. Everybody from
I knew
Vegas.
this was gonna be in one of ours.
It had to be, right? Like it was just evident. But Jesse said he has some Bics that he's selling. Those are pretty dope. Man, can't beat these. I've never actually had a pair of these in good condition, which is why I don't currently have a pair. I've ended up just letting them go for whatever, a decent price. This was before the SB market kind of went crazy, but I've had these on 2 occasions and neither time they were in good condition. So someday I hope to get my hands on a pair that is in decent condition. But
Yo, you know what though?
yeah,
Like this makes you proud to be from Vegas though, because you see all these SB heads from all over the place rocking the UNLVs. I feel like these are probably the favorite out of the pack. I don't know if maybe my consensus is off, but I feel like across the board, whenever I hear people talk about the Be True to Your School pack, I feel like the UNLVs always are kind of at the top of the list.
I just saw Jesse's comment. The second comment. That's funny.
Do you guys agree with that? Do you think like out of the Be True to Your School pack, UNLVs kind of always are at the top? Or I don't know. I just anytime I see that pack posted, I feel like UNLVs are probably the most sought after.
One of, yeah.
I mean, we're completely biased, all 3 of us, because we're from Vegas.
Yeah, but I used to own the Syracuse.
Mm-hmm. I had the
I do
Michigan.
like Kentucky's a lot,
I think Michigan sell just as well.
and Iowas are crazy. So
I don't see too many Iowas out there.
Yeah, it's true. I know Jesse really likes the UNLVs. He said that that's probably
such a good color combo though, like red and gray.
Exactly. Okay, so I'll keep it moving because I know we got a lot to get to, but that's number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
Oof.
Did this make it in anybody else's top 5?
Almost.
No.
No.
I was fighting this one. This shoe was like
I'm
tough.
close.
This
I
shoe
was
was tough.
close with that one.
This is a classic. This is, I mean, you look up any list of top 10 SBs or top whatever SBs online, this is probably going to be there. And I mean, pre-2016, right? Obviously, there's a ton of stuff that's super hyped now that's probably going to make a top 10 list, but this is a classic for me. And I did own these at one point. I had them in a size 10, which is just a half size too small. So I ended up letting them go for a nice price. But how can
Was it what you could have gotten today for them?
No, absolutely not. It was probably a year and a half before Travis Scott put some on his feet.
Yeah,
So,
I sold mine like 6 months too early.
yeah, I should pull up a picture of that room full. Literally, my loft upstairs was just chock full of SB Dunks that I ended up selling like 95% of them before the market went crazy. And so I'm kicking myself for that, but whatever. Such is life. I'm not going to be too down about it. But number 2, definitely got to be the Tiffany SBs.
Yo, an unpopular opinion, and I know I'm gonna get killed for this.
Don't say it. If you say that the highs are better than the lows.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I actually like the Untiffany Dunks better.
I knew he was gonna say that.
I had them. I just like the color blocking a little better. I don't know, man. I like the Untiffany Dunks a little better than then I like the
Ooh, I'm just
I
kidding.
completely disagree with you. That's still a very nice
It's a
shoe.
good shoe. It's a really good
Not
shoe.
an SB. It's a regular Dunk, but I love the 3M. I should pull up a picture. I have a picture of me holding both pairs next to each other and
I
together.
still remember the day we found those at Buffalo Exchange, Aaron. And there was a pair of barfs. There was a pair of barfs there as well. We didn't buy because they were super small. But
Speaking of Buffalo Exchange, I'll share a quick story. I walked in there and I saw a pair of Thrashins, and
well, that's a
they
good
were
one.
they were in pretty good condition. Like they weren't beat. Obviously, they weren't like brand new, but they could use a little bit of love. But I didn't see a price tag on them, and I take them up to the counter. I was like, "Hey, how much are these? I'd like to buy them." Obviously, whatever price Buffalo has them at in like 2015, I would have bought them. And they saw that there were no tags on them, and they were like, "Oh, we can't sell you this shoe." And I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you can't sell me this shoe?" He's like, "Somebody probably came in here with these on, took them off, put on a pair of our shoes, and walked out. So we can't sell you this shoe." I was baffled. I started thrashing the place. It was terrible. So
All right, on to the next.
on to the next one.
Wait, can we guess?
Yeah, you guys can guess, but it's really not a guess when you know what it is. It's just knowledge.
everyone on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Skate
Skate.
or die.
Or dies. Skate or die.
All right. So I had to bust out this picture. I would have just pulled up one stock image from online, but I had to bust out this picture for good reason. This is me. This is me wearing those shoes, and
That's a good picture, man.
a picture taken by my good buddy BJ. He was on the show season 1, and he busted out the pair of 1985 Jordan 1s. He's a fantastic photographer, and he takes really good pictures of sneakers. And he has on multiple occasions for me, including some UNLVs. We were in the UNLV parking lot, the Thomas and Mack parking lot, with this pair and with my UNLVs, and he took a picture of my UNLVs in front of the Thomas and Mack. Super dope picture. This picture actually made it onto one of those. I don't know if you guys remember at Urban Necessities, they did a photo entry contest or whatever where they blew up a bunch of pictures and put them on big canvases. And this picture was in their store for however long they had those pictures up. And when they moved from the Boulevard to the fashion show, they donated them or sold them. I can't remember what they did with them, but I remember hitting up Joni. I'm like, "Hey, do you still have that? I would love it for my house." And she was like, "No, we don't have them." And I was like, "Oh." But that's my top 5 for today. I mean, it could change if I went and looked at another list of SBs. I totally forgot about Zoom trays. So my list might be different if that were the case. So that is that.
Really?
Word. Well, I'll volunteer to go next. Yeah, I'm not. You guys are gonna be surprised by mine. So let's get right into it. My honorable mentions. Let's see.
I guess I'll have to show mine then. Make it happen.
All right, number 8. I
Why
guess
didn't you put this at 7?
that would have been.
Made sense.
That would make more sense, but
He
That's
did the right thing.
So number 8, I just love the gold, man. Like, all right, honorable mention. I'm not gonna spend too much time on my honorable mentions. Number 7, the Londons. Man,
It's a good shoe.
these are beautiful. The Londons are beautiful, man. Like, so slept on. I know the Parises are so hyped, and I know a lot of the OGs know about the Londons, but for me, I actually like these better than the Paris. I like the two-tone gray with that like tan midsole or like olive green midsole. These are definitely up there for me. Let's see. Last honorable mention, the Hunter Forbes. I never had a pair of these. Brian did, and I remember when he first got them.
I've had like 5.
Yeah, I was so jealous, man. I think these are so slept on. These are actually my favorite Forbes. collab. And yeah, so that's my my 3 honorable mentions. All right, let's get into it. Number 5, Sea Crystal Highs. I love all. I just love this colorway on shoes, but definitely the Sea Crystal Highs. They were so hard to keep clean.
I was just gonna say that.
These are like the hardest shoes to keep clean. But man, this color on the SB Dunk is just beautiful, man. Carlos, have you had a pair of these?
I have not, but I have had the Sea Crystal mids. They weren't the same color as this. They were pretty much all one color, and it's the color of like the toe box.
Yeah.
But those were stupid hard to keep clean as well. So I
had the mids, and I wore them so much.
But no mids made it into your top 5.
But no mids. I had one that I almost put in there, but
it's okay.
All right, so Sea Crystal Highs, number 5. Number 4, we got Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. These have been in one of my favorite SBs forever, man. Like, since they dropped, I just, there's nothing crazy about them, like, it's not like they're crazy colors. I just, for whatever reason, they've had some sentimental value to me. And so the Appetite for Destruction's definitely in my top 5, number 4. Number 3, if you know me, these had to make this list.
Does it start with a D? I was gonna say it.
Dinosaur Juniors, man. This is one of my favorite SBs of all time. I love how. What's crazy is I'm not a big fan of like a crazy ton of colors on a shoe. Which one of the reasons why I like the Londons over the Paris dunks. But this one, just that silver is it's my favorite color on the SB. So if you know me, my favorite SB of all time is gonna have some type of silver on it. But this combination of the silver and purple, you just can't go wrong with it, man. Like, it's just, the Dino Juniors are a beautiful shoe. Beautiful. They're like neck breakers. You know what I'm saying? Anyone had a pair of Dino Juniors, you were looking, right? All right, number 2. Let's see if you guys can guess my number 2, because you guys probably all know my number 1.
I know you're 1, and I knew this one was going to be on the list, so I thought maybe this would be at number 2. But is it a low or a high?
It's a low.
Money Cat Lows.
He would have said no if you didn't get it. So
number 2, Money Cat Lows. So just like I like that silver on the shoe, just that material, how that silhouette looks. The Money Cat Lows. Actually, I love the Money Cat, just the whole series. The mids and the Money Cat mids almost made my top 5, which is probably strange to everyone, but they almost made my top 5. But the Money Cat Lows, these are also super clean. I wanted these forever, so when it's time for me to binge on SBs, these are probably ones that I'll end up trying to get. But the Money Cat Lows, good guess, Brian. Man, Bloody Sundays, Julio mentioned. There's just so many. I'm looking at all the comments. I'm like, dang, I could have put that in. I could have put this in. I could have put that in. But that leaves us to my number 1. Hold
on.
What's up?
There's a theme in your shoes, like silver and gold.
Mm-hmm.
The Luckies, the Dinos, the Money Cats, and then your number 1. But
well, let's see if Ryan can guess them.
Rich.
If I can guess them?
Yeah, what's my number 1?
I don't know. The Tiffany's.
Number 1.
Good guess with the whole metallic theme, but
Mork and Mindy.
I should have known that.
You should have. You should have known that.
I should have known that.
Favorite SB. I think this is the greatest SB of all time. Call it blasphemy all you want. The Mork and Mindy SBs. Hands down.
Oh,
Hands
Brian,
down.
do you remember when we found that pair on
the fake pair?
and we send it to him, and it was such a good price. And he's like, "Should I get it? I'm gonna get it. Should I get it?" And they were so fake, and like we were like, "Dude, come on, you should know that those are fake."
Dude, it was you were playing with my emotions because like you found a pair of Mork and Mindy's, and I was like, like jaw dropped. I'm gonna get a pair, and I didn't even take time. I figured because you guys are sending it to me that they were legit. I didn't realize my friends were playing with my emotions. So.
So why are these your favorite?
So my cousin, my godbrother Alvaro, shout out to him. If you've watched the show, you know that he's the one that kind of got me into shoes. He had everything, and he had these. And I remember one day I was over at his house, and he was wearing them, and I just couldn't stop looking at them. And I'm like, so my godbrother Alvaro would give me shoes when he like got tired of them. But that's back before reselling was a thing. And so whenever he just didn't want a shoe anymore, he would just give them to me. So I remember telling him, I'm like, bro, when you don't want these shoes anymore, let me have them. And he's like, nah, I'll never let you have these. And he never let me have them. But I remember seeing them on him. And I'm like, yo, those are the dopest shoes. And when I tell you he had everything, I don't know if you're watching, Brian can testify to that. Like, yo, he had everything.
It was just during that time where like sneakers were pretty easy to get at that time. Like you just go line up, and people were able to get the things they wanted to. So
if it was Dunks, Air Forces, or Jordans, he had them. And so he blessed me with some pairs. Never gave me the Mork and Mindy's, but I outgrew him, like his shoe size, pretty quickly. He has baby feet, and so I couldn't get him anyways because by the time I was like 12, I was already bigger foot size than him. So, but anyways, Mork and Mindy's SB Dunks, #1 on my top 5 list.
I was definitely waiting for you to say like, and one day, he finally just gave me those shoes, and I cried.
Yeah,
and you were like, nah, he never gave them to me.
He never found it in his heart.
That's crazy.
All right, who's next? Ryan or Brian?
I'm down. If you're okay with that, Ryan.
I can go if we want Bri to go last. I feel like Bri is like a grand finale to this.
It's really not that special, but
you can go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. All right. So I'll do this real quick. I wasn't planning on sharing my my honorable mentions, but I will. Okay. I can't see you guys, so I don't know if I'm up on the screen yet, but
you are.
Okay. Black Supreme Lows. Yeah, what more can be said? It's a classic. It's the best, in my opinion, it's the best dunk low that Supreme and Nike have done. And I hope to own it one day. This one shoe I haven't owned. Next is a shoe I have owned is the Nike SB Dunk High Huff.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Keith. Yeah, this shoe is beautiful, and especially in person, it's even more beautiful. And then my last one is Dunk Low Barf, which before this year nobody liked. This is another one I have owned in the past. I think I've actually owned 2 pairs of these. But this was gonna make my top 5 because I love this shoe so much. But some others beat it out. So yeah, that is my those are my honorable mentions.
Yo,
and
that's
now,
true though, the Barfs. I never saw anyone posting them before this year. There's like that whole era of SBs. What year did the Barfs come out? 07?
That's silver box, so
wait.
I don't know, 6, 05 maybe.
Sounds like
Yeah. That
anyway,
was a good shoe, though.
Brian, you gotta hide that little preview bar at the bottom of your screen because
Well, I didn't have it like set up, so the rest will be smooth, but I did that like super last second. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
all right. All right, this is gonna be difficult because none of them are labeled. Hopefully, this is my number 5. Yes, it is. All right, number 5, Blue Supreme Dunk High.
Oy.
I've owned the red. I used to always think that orange was my favorite, but blue has really become my favorite. And if I do ever get the blue, those will definitely stay in my collection.
Look at that retail price.
Yeah, $75. It's ridiculous. And what did the last size 12 sell for? Oh, it doesn't say. So
View all sales.
we got a 9.5 for 5,000, 10 for 6, 10.5 for 8. Yeah, crazy.
Someone found a pair of orange ones locally here in the Goodwill. Like
Wow,
in the past 8 months.
that's a come up.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
I paid a lot for the red ones, but if it was the blue, I would have kept them 100%.
You didn't have the blue ones?
I had the red.
Oh, I knew you had the red ones. I thought you had the blue ones too.
No, I wish.
So you're not that rich. You're just a little bit rich.
Yeah. All right. Number 4,
Ooh.
Uncle Dunkle, whatever you want to call it. I know this was in Carlos' honorable mention. The way this shoe looks on foot, I've never owned it, but every time I see someone wearing this shoe, man, it's like the black midsole with the white bottom is a huge touch that makes aesthetically, it's like one of the most beautiful shoes on foot.
Bingo.
Like, man. And I hope to own it.
There's another pair of SBs that are like that. They're high tops. They're the black and camouflage.
Yeah.
And black midsole with the white sole, and that's a solid looking shoe. So I think that just rings true on these as well.
Yeah, definitely. Choice of materials on this as well. Buttery leather, nubuck. These are just overall beautiful, and it's a shoe I hope to own. Another one that would probably not leave my collection if I had.
Yo, the intricacy though in the details too. Like I didn't even realize, but just looking at the picture, just the actual art on these. And for people that don't know, these were designed by an artist, right?
Yeah,
is it Futura that designed these?
Yeah.
Futura?
Yeah. If you know Futura's artwork, you can tell. Like, if no one knew Nike SB or shoes, but knew who Futura was, you can just, as an artist, you can know. And there's a lot of signature Futura things in here. So, and of course with the uncle character, but.
What other dunks did Futura design?
Man, there's a bunch. For Love of Monies. There's the Futura Low. I know he designed a couple dunks. He did a P-Rod. Yeah, he did a ton of stuff. Nike trusts him. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Jeff Staple. But I don't think he will.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I was hoping his name wouldn't come up in this episode, but whatever.
Who are you talking
I'm
about?
not saying the other guy's name, but I'll say his.
It's true.
All right, number 3. If you know me, this shoe was gonna come up. I've owned literally probably 5 pairs of these.
Nice.
And I used to have the matching polo flannel. I used to match the crap out of these. I love this shoe. I hated how it wore though, because that potato sack would start peeling after a while, and but it's just a beautiful shoe. I prefer them with the white laces. This is one I would love to have in my collection again. And my favorite part of this though is the inside, that cross stitched, whatever you want to call it, inner liner. Crazy. This shoe has a lot of details. This was one shoe.
Were there any on mine and Aaron's or Ryan's, or I guess, that you just straight up didn't like?
No.
because I don't like these.
You don't like the Hunter
Okay.
Fours?
I don't like them.
What about them? What about them don't you like?
I mean, orange is a fantastic color. Obviously, it's my high school color. Go Cowboys! But I just don't. I feel like you're especially if you're wearing a shirt that looks just like these, you're gonna go hunting. Like you have no choice but to go hunting. And I just don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't like them. I just don't like them. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
They make me want to barf.
Well, next time you go to Tiffany, or next time you wear Tiffany's, you better go buy your wife something at Tiffany's. If that's the kind of logic we're using here.
I just said I didn't like them. I didn't say
No,
I didn't say you better go hunting.
All right, number 2.
Well,
This had to make my number 2. I knew it was going to be in the top 5 somewhere. Not only because of how hype it has become, especially in the last couple of weeks, but this shoe meant everything to me when I was a little kid and getting into shoes. You know, I remember the stories of these shoes. I remember when they came out. And you know, I'm from New York and I love New York. And nothing in my mind, like there's a few things that can resemble New York really well, but that pigeon, detached from Jeff Staple, that pigeon is iconic in New York. And just looking at this shoe just reminds me of where I'm from, where I grew up, and a place that I love. And so you'll see this with my number 1 as well. My number 1 means a lot to me as well. But this shoe had to be in my top 5. I knew that for sure.
so are the Statue of Liberty dunks in your top 10?
They're not in my top 10. I wouldn't put those in my top 10. But these definitely had to be in my top 5.
I don't know what your number 1 is. It's a low.
It's a low.
Is it the off-white?
No, that's just a regular dunk.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. We're talking SBs. So
Oof. And you've had a pair, Brian?
I've owned
You got
these,
a
yeah.
pair?
I have owned these, yeah.
Do you have them right now?
I don't.
Have you had them since I've
have
known
you
you?
had them recently?
Well, I mean, Carlos, we've known each other for. Yes, I have had them since I've known you.
I know what they are.
Mama Bears.
Supas.
All right, let's see what they are then.
I forgot.
You want to guess, Carlos?
I think they're the Supas.
Okay, so Supa, and Mama Bear.
No, I should have known.
Dang.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
Mondrian.
Ah,
I
This
forgot.
this is my number 1.
Dang.
Yep,
But you sold them.
I did sell them. I did. There's a reason they weren't in the condition I want them in. The nubuck bleeds like into the white.
Oh,
So if you've had someone in the past that have like cleaned them like aggressively, then you know. So they were kind of like painted white in some spots to hide the bleeding. Yeah, they weren't the best condition pair, and they didn't have OG box. So one day I do. These will always be these have been my number 1 for a while. So
yo, so for people not that are watching that may not understand, give us the background on these dunks.
so Piet Mondrian is a world-renowned artist. He's from long, like he's dead. He's been dead for a while. But in the 2nd grade, I was like in school in art, and I had to do a project on Piet Mondrian, and that's where I fell in love with art. For anyone who knows me, I like to create a lot. I haven't been doing as much art recently in the last couple of years. I should, but so this shoe, like when I heard about this shoe, I knew I wanted this shoe. Gold box era, which was a good era for Nike SB. And I never was able to get them. For a while, this shoe has always been kind of like higher price, you know, and kind of hard to find. I remember looking for them back in like 2015, 2016, and they were still hard to find, or they were way too much. at the time, which was like 400. They were like around 400, 500. So yeah, this is my number one. This will probably always be my number one. And this shoe is super comfy. Like if you've ever owned this shoe, I think Jesse can tell you, there's something about this shoe that is way more comfy than any other Nike SB Dunk Low I've ever had. It's super weird. I don't know what it is. Probably the materials or something, but this shoe is super comfy. So yeah, that's my number one. That's my top 5.
It's a good list.
You?
Dang, that's a good list. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised at how different our lists have been, and then just because, like, there's so many SBs that can just be crazy. Like even just looking through the comments, we'll bring some up before we let Ryan go. But we have so Jesse's top 5 OG Tiffs, Vapor Lows, Jedis, and then Piet I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, and you guys are gonna Mandarins, and then the Green Lobsters. I still said it wrong. I hate you guys. English is my second language. Okay, I struggle with pronunciation sometimes.
You only use that.
But you learned English when you were like 3, Aaron. So
no, I
you've been
didn't.
speaking it
I didn't even
for
speak
over
English
20
till the
years
third
of your
grade.
life.
Wow.
I didn't speak English till the 3rd grade.
His mom said hola before she said hello. So hello, English is.
My mom still doesn't speak English. Okay.
She does. Stop it.
All right, we got Julio, WPF SBs, Valentine SBs, Dooms will forever be my girls.
Dude, that was one I was like struggling with too.
What does WPF stand for?
WPF.
I don't.
I'm gonna look that up.
Julio, if you're watching, bro, what are WPFs?
WPF.
Our boy Henry, Entourage,
Entourage.
Bix.
When pigs fly.
Oh, when pigs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, when pigs fly. Bix, Tiffs, Lunars, and Takahashis.
Takahashi's are slept on.
Yeah, they are.
You know, another one that slept on that I was like thinking of putting on my list are the Kuwaharas.
Ooh.
You remember those? They like fade from red to white. The
Yeah.
Kuwaharas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those were dope.
All
They're
right.
right.
All right, I'm ready.
They were.
I guess.
Huh?
Do I have to? Yeah, I'm gonna go. So my honorable mentions, I'm gonna split up a little bit just because like one of my honorable mentions ties into one of the ones on my list.
Okay.
If that's any clue at all.
Yeah.
But one honorable mention I actually have. It's not anything too crazy, but it's crazy for me, which I like because I love wearing this shoe. These are the Premier Fish Ladders. I love the swoosh on these things, and I get at least 2 comments every time I leave the house in this shoe. The best part about owning this shoe is the fact that I got it worn from somebody for $50. And I've worn this shoe since that day at least twice a week. So that's an honorable mention.
Very honorable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And yeah. Honorable mention number 2. I actually picked these up recently. Are these guys?
Oof.
That's the ones.
Good one.
Say it again. Say it again, Ryan.
What?
Say the name of them.
The Plus Heads.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it right. Everybody says push head, and that's not what it is.
There's not 2 H's, people. There's 1 H.
Yeah.
1 Plus Head.
Thank you.
I love this shoe. I love wearing my Metallica shirts with this shoe. As you know, he did a lot of their artwork. Yeah, I mean, I caught these. I also wear this shoe a ton. Didn't quite make my list. I think just because, I mean, I own them and I love them and I wear them so much, but there's things that I want more. but I do love this shoe. I think it's great. I love the artwork on it. I love that the color looks like, trashy and messy, and I'm just a fan of that look,
It looks like
What
guts.
Yeah, it's like just dirty. Just
Yeah.
dirty, and they're lovely.
What do you think of the twos?
The twos are dope. I've actually been looking at getting the twos also. But I don't know. Just this one does it for me. I've had plenty of opportunities to get the two, but that one, the Soul. I don't have the box for them though, and you know how I am with boxes. So
And that's a crazy box.
that's an awesome box. So yeah, that's another honorable. I have one more honorable, but I'm gonna save that for later in my list, if that works for you.
Okay.
Okay. So on to my number 5. Number 5 is actually a recent release, and it is the Civilist.
I respect this.
So I had to put this on my list just based on the technology involved. I love the fact that these change color, in the heat. I hate the fact that people are sticking them in microwaves. You're dumb. Hey, if you're doing that, you're dumb. Don't do that. Okay? But I mean, this shoe, as soon as I saw it, I was like, what is that? And where do I get it? And I mean, I love it. I think it's dope. It's recent, but I don't care. I want a pair. I want 10 pair, and I'll put mine in the oven and not in my microwave.
I want one of those 10 that you want.
Okay. Well,
This is the best SB release this year.
and I agree. I am in full agreement with that. And there's been some crazy releases this year. But
This one.
yeah, so I mean, it's a recent release, but it made my top 5. That's how good to me this shoe is.
I like them. I think they're cool. I don't like I just like the people doing dumb stuff with them. Like I see people sticking them in the freezer and then like taking them outside, and I'm just like, bro, you're doing too much. We all know what they do. You're gonna ruin your kicks. Just
Hold on a second, Aaron. You act like if you had a pair of these, you wouldn't do the same thing.
I wouldn't.
I'm running my pair under the water. I don't care what anyone
You
thinks.
wouldn't? You're not
I'm
gonna do that.
definitely running my
I'll
pair
let
under
you
some
jump in the
water.
lake again with the pair on, just to see what happens.
I would do that.
What if somebody peed on them? That would turn them.
I mean, I might do that. That might be my celebration when I get a pair. Screw it.
VNDS peed on once.
VNDS, slight urine stain.
PNDS.
Wow.
So yeah,
Oh,
that's my
man.
number 5. Number 4 is probably a pair I'm never gonna touch, but I
You
love
never know, man.
dude, I don't know. The Iron Maiden highs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just kidding.
So, not many people know, but I was in a metal band for quite a long time, for about 9 years. And I actually have friends that have opened up for Iron Maiden. I loved metal. I still love metal, but I mean, I loved metal. I was a metalhead, and this shoe, man, spoke to me when I saw it for the first time. There's something about that clear swoosh, man, that got me, and the fact that it's a Maiden shoe, and couple that with the fact that it was so limited. What was it, like 24 pairs total? Something crazy.
Yeah, something like that.
And like to the point that like it was only Nike employees that had this shoe, and friends and family, that was it. But it was a low number. So
I've only
there was
I've
like
only ever seen this shoe in person one time,
Yeah.
And Chum Lee from Pawn Stars was wearing them at Dunk Exchange. I think it was like in 2011 or 2010 or something.
Yeah.
And those definitely break necks. Like it's a black shoe, but as soon as you see that iron and the maiden across the back,
That is a room murderer. If you go into a room, that will murder.
34 pairs.
34. Okay. I think there was a Nike employee that got caught selling a pair, and he got fired.
I mean, he was probably taken care of for 6 months off of that sale.
Off of that one shoe, sure. But yeah, I had to put that at number 4 just based on my roots and based on the shoe, man. The shoe's a dope shoe.
I dig it.
All right. Number 3 is interesting. Number 3, it's actually another friends and family pair. But it is Diamond Supply Company Canary Yellow.
fire.
Super limited, 2005. These came out at Complex Con, I think, to celebrate their 20-year anniversary. And there were 250 pairs of these total. And 100 went to friends and family, and the other 150, I think, were for sale. I love this damn shoe. I love the Tiffany's. I love these more.
You have the white ones, don't you?
And that brings me to my honorable mention.
Oh, there we go.
So I copped these lately, and I love this shoe. I get a lot of comments on it. I did a live with Carlos, and he made me take the Velcro off, and that's the only time I've ever done that.
Will you do it again?
Peer pressure. Oh,
I almost like them better without the silver swoosh.
Some people do. Yeah.
I think you should line up the swoosh to be like offset from the blue swoosh.
Make like the 3D action.
I think that's dope, but
I kind of do that. I kind of did that.
there you go.
So that's my honorable mention. I mean,
Just
yeah,
just paint those.
just paint them.
Just paint them yellow.
No.
Nobody
I think a
will.
lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I would.
I like this yellow, man. It pops.
Yeah. I mean,
Pop.
I used to have the yellow laces to these.
just the label.
Just the laces. I had them on my Lightning Pro Bs.
Yeah, no, I love this yellow. It's not too hard of a yellow. It's a little softer. But I mean, when I go down the SB rabbit hole, I always land on this pair. I always stare at this pair. They're beautiful to me. All right, on to number 2. Aaron, did anybody else have this on their list? I don't think anybody did.
I don't even think it was an honorable mention, man.
Nothing. Wow. I'm kind of
Which is
surprised.
surprising. Yeah, I'm surprised as well. But
Yeah. Number 2. Heineken Low. Heineken's.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
So the Heineken Dunk has been one of my favorite shoes for a long time. And as I was like making my list, I realized that these just don't have the same sentimental value to me that they used to have. It's just been like oversaturated, and it's kind of ruined the shoe for me. It's still beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Still one of the greatest Nike SBs of all time. But that's just something that came to mind when I was like, coming up with my list, was just like Heineken's have kind of just been, it just doesn't have the same feeling anymore to me.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Cool.
So
Well,
shout
that's
out to the
number 4
guy
on
who
my list.
we're not going to name.
Thanks for sucking the air out of the room, Brian.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Let's see.
I appreciate that, dog. Well, I like these. That's all I have to say. I like these. And I mean, truthfully, I've liked them for a long time. For a long time. So they got on my list and they landed at number 2. And I don't care what you say, Brian.
It's still a great shoe. I'm not saying it's not. It just doesn't have the same.
You could say whatever you want. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
I don't like them either. What's your number 1?
Can we guess?
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna come in at Ryan's defense. I like these still. You know, I know.
I'm not saying I don't like them.
No. All I'm saying is, I'm gonna give these credit
It was
because
that I like them, but
I think I can see where Brian's coming from. Just like, you know, the oversaturation lately of, well, just anything SB. You know, a lot of these that are on our list we've seen them time and time again. But I actually forgot these in my top 5. I think these would have made at least an honorable mention. They're just a classic, man. These are one of the ones that are most sought after. If you like SBs, if you like sneakers, you've been on the hunt for
yeah, I'm gonna fight y'all for hating these. Thank you.
No, but all right. So
All right.
There's no connection to. I don't drink, so like, I don't know. It's obviously it's a cool shoe. Like I'm not gonna hate on it. It's a cool shoe, but I'm not gonna.
I mean,
wear
I don't
them.
want them because I drink.
No, but I mean, like, what kind of conversation am I gonna have with somebody when I'm wearing them? Like, oh man, here's my Heinekens. Oh, cool. Do you drink? No, man. I just really like the shoe. It's like somebody who has like a I don't know, a Metallica shirt on, and you go up to him like, oh man, I love Metallica. I went to their concert. I was in the front row, and you know, I got beer spilled on me. It was a Heineken, and then you're like, no, I don't even listen to Metallica. It's like that, you know. I'm not gonna wear something if I can't speak to it.
Okay.
But do you skate though?
I could skate better than all of you guys.
Okay.
Fair?
All right, let's try to guess Ryan's number 1. I know it obviously because I have the picture up, but let's see if Brian and Carlos can guess it.
Is it music related?
I'll see.
Is it?
Maybe.
Ooh, is it a low?
Yes.
It's a low, and is it music related? Yes or no?
I told you maybe.
Aaron said yes. So
Yeah.
it's music related. Is a low.
You should know.
That's like half the SBs though.
Drummers. Is it Milli Vanilli's? Milli Vanilli's?
I'll go with Guns N' Roses.
Nope. Nope.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, you have them.
Oh.
It is music related.
Number 1. These are number 1 because of a lot of reasons. But I told these boys once before, I tried to find this shoe for a year in my size, in good condition, like that I could wear, that had the box. And I found them. I found them for literally like $20 over what the retail was on.
When was this?
This was less than a year ago.
That's a year. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I found a dude, he owned a skate shop, and he had a ton of dunks. And this one just came across the table, and I said, hey, man. And I told him my story. I was like, hey, I've been looking for that shoe for a long time. And he knew I was going to wear them. That was one of the conditions, is that I wear them. He goes, you're not going to buy these to resell. You're going to buy these and you're going to wear them. And I said, 1,000%.
I know people like that.
Yeah. And so he gave me the hookup man, and I honor that. I wear the shit out of this shoe. I wear the hell out of this, man. I must leave the house with this shoe on. Sometimes I'll walk out with this shoe on, and I go, I can't beat him up today. And I come back inside, and I change my shoe. And I do that maybe 3 times a week with this shoe. But often I'm going out. Like if I know I'm going to the post office, I'm going to put this shoe on. I just love this shoe that much, and they're that comfortable to me. So that's my number one. And I mean, I love that so much that I got these too. So
Nice.
you know, I just snuck in another honorable mention.
Those are clean, man.
But yeah, 2005 OG De La Souls.
What a great that was a good top 5.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do this again tomorrow, and all of us.
We all have totally different lists.
Yeah. All right. One more honorable mention. Go.
Start
Just the
Carlos.
first one that comes to your head.
We'll go with Carlos. We'll go in the same order we went.
No, hold on a second. Give me a second to think.
Go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with the Floms.
Oof.
I'm going with the Floms.
Sure.
Yeah. Just
I'll go. Dang.
Oh, the Deftones. Shit.
Is that a Nike SB? Because Deftones would have made my. Oh, I think it is.
Damn.
Dang, that would have been in my top 500%.
That's like one of my favorite bands in the world.
I'm gonna go with Jesse on this one, and I'm gonna say the CNKs.
Okay. Dope.
I'll go with the Send Helps.
Oof.
That's a nice one too.
I'm gonna go Slam Cities.
Ooh.
Oh, what about the Puffin Stuffs?
Oh man, we can just go for days.
Chocolate.
Chocolate
Yes.
Rose.
I forgot.
New York's.
New York's. Oh man.
All right.
We
Flashes.
did that one.
As you can see,
Flash.
this is difficult.
Dang.
Just to narrow this down into a top 5 and skate mental mids.
Like I
Remember those? The
Mhm.
skate mentals? Oh. Man.
my list wasn't final until like 2 minutes before we went to air.
I mean, these are all up for debate. These are all up, like,
Yeah.
none of them are safe. Like, it's half the Lakers squad. None of them are actually safe. So, yeah.
Oh, there's so many.
Dang.
Look at the comments are going crazy.
Matacoms. Oh man.
Black denim bear bricks. I love those.
The LeBron James.
People are still saying this.
You know those two like sample pairs?
Oh, yeah.
The elephant print.
Yo, I mean, the Reese Forbes, crazy.
High hairs.
Newcastles are nice. High hairs are cool.
I like the Sharks.
Sharks are dope. Flashes are dope. Oh, linoleums. Fire. And
Oh.
peacock mids. Fire.
Ray guns.
Fire.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Nike SB has been killing it for a while.
No one said Stussies.
So it's kind of the same thing. Like, if you would have asked me 2 years ago, yeah, I would have probably put them up there. But it's just kind of oversaturated now, and it's ridiculous. Those used to be like nothing to people. Like people couldn't sell those. You know, Sabotage, fire,
Yo, the Carhartt set. Oh,
fire. Hulks, fire. Anyways,
And
Nike SB has been killing it for a while, and I'm grateful to see that there's a resurgence and that the younger generation will get to feel the same way we felt about SBs back in the day with a new era of SBs. I hope it ages just as well.
In like 12 years, they're going to be doing this same thing. They'd be like, man, those Grateful Deads, man,
Those Strange Loves.
those
shit.
Chunkies, like, man, that's Nike SB. Like, that's nostalgia right there. That's classic.
Yeah. And the way we look at 85 Chicago ones is how they're going to look at Dandy Supas and
And Ryan's going to be like, here, hold my Heineken.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta run. I gotta put my kid down to bed. Maybe I'll go live and read him some stories. But I appreciate you guys spending some time kicking it and showing some of your favorite SBs. Thank you for those in the comment section talking about some of your favorite SB dunks. No, nobody's sleeping. Everybody just has their opinions. So, Gene, you like what you like. We like what we like, and obviously we forgot a bunch of stuff. And I'm sure you're
it was tough to put a list together. So
yeah, it's impossible. So
The taxis. Oh my goodness. Just
get out of here, Gene. We're not even going to say his name. We're not even going to entertain his name on this live. So that's
getting sued.
Those aren't SBs anyway.
anyways, let's wrap it up.
all right, Gene.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Carlos put on glasses.
Hello?
Tune in next week to see what top 5 we're going to be doing.
Everybody, hold up your number ones.
Hello?
Oh. Wow.
There we go.
Anyways, tune in to the Goody Two Shoe Show this Saturday. We have Katie Shafsaw on. It's going to be dope. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this Saturday. Tune in. Sorry we didn't go live last Saturday. We just had a crazy day. So we took the week off, but we're back and better than ever. Am I going to? Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Sounds like seashells.
Who done it?
Is that the national anthem I'm hearing?
All right.
Oh,
we got to cut it.
and with that,
Cut it.
and with that,
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Peace.